Hey heroes, Jonathan here at Night Knowledge, bringing you another New World Invasion video. We're on server Mictlan, and we are the Syndicate. And I'm just showing off my build right now. I'm using a musket spear build, where I'll primarily be using the powder burn, power shot, shooter stance. We have a spear, where we can do the sweep, the skewer, and the, the perforate. Right now, we're just waiting. I'm just waiting because sometimes they change the roles at the last moment, but it looks like I'm going to be in group either 6 through 8, basically assigned to the back door instead of my typical maybe repairs or siege. So I use some of my currency to get some Azoth bullets, and I'm going to get ready to move to the front. You can hear a lot of coordination right now. By our leaders, that is Extranos from the Pandemonium Guild. We have Dr. Heathen from the Cat and Dog Company, and you might hear a female voice. That's typically Jade from Spicy Meatballs, I believe.
Okay, Abize, 12 gauge B, Black Buns.
So the match is about to begin. I'm going to apply some food. I'm just showing you who's playing right there, and I'm in the last group.
So let's talk through great axe rotation. So on the front,
and usually group 10 is doing the repairs. It's usually the top 3 people. So I'll be in charge of siege actually. But this actually works for my character because with my Warhammer build, I really can't do anything other than actually wait by the siege, run around, and hope that I can get some points or contribution that way. So this is the first wave, and I can take some pot shots at these fast crawlers. I actually like doing the siege because I won't be down at the bottom there, and the bottom area usually has a lot of ranged guys, and I've been with Loot God a lot, and we tend to get in each other's way. So I actually like being up on the wall, so I have a better or a higher point of view.
We don't do anything else at this point.
We missing anything, Heathen?
No, I think we're good.
So that's Heathen.
I think we're short technically a single great axe.
And once again, props to our leaders. We've won at the time of this voiceover. We've won, I believe, 8 or our 9th invasion win, and in only 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, we've won like 9 times, which is really great. And once again, it couldn't have been done without the supreme coordination of Dr. Heathen, Extranos, and our other leaders. Because without the coordination, like they're setting up teams, they're setting up great axe teams, they're setting up healer teams, making sure healers are in each group, making sure that there's an appropriate number of bow users, musket users, siege users, repair people, and everyone knows their role. And not only that, like say the great axes, you'll hear them saying, okay, what is the great the gravity well the gravity well order. So it's not good enough that we have great axe users, but like you're going to use your skill at a certain time, and that is going to contribute to the success of our match, because the gravity well is used to slow down the bigger bosses like the Spriggans and the the brutes. So the beginning 4, even 5 waves, unless something horribly goes wrong, is kind of boring for for a few different groups. The repair groups. The repair groups are just running around helping operate the siege machines, while also the people operating the siege, which is typically groups 9 and 10, like myself right now, there aren't too many things that are spawning in terms of like siege weaponry.
Yeah.
So there are some bombers. As a ranged DPS person, that is your #1 priority, as well as a mage. If you're a mage, which usually a mage is considered a person that uses a fire staff or a ice gauntlet. Your #1 priority above anything is to take out the bombers, because those guys will not only destroy your walls and gates very quickly, they'll also they do a ton of damage to anyone close by. They could wipe out a tank in one hit. So, and it's almost instant death for anyone else. So let's take a look. So we're in between waves. As you saw, because I'm operating Siege, I am spending some of my tokens towards, what's it called? I'm towards the ammunition kit, so I can restock this turret that I'm operating.
With one axe on A?
No.
So here's another wave.
Oh, it's hidden.
Okay. My musket build has the ability to zoom in, and it gives greater, what's it called? Greater headshot damage. But the objective of the siege of a siege operator, groups 9 and 10, is to make sure that you take out any enemy siege machines, and near the last few waves, which you're going to see, is going to get crazy. And behind me, which is the front is going to have 3 skulls that spawn in the air, and they shoot eye beams at enemies, and it does a ton of damage to anyone. So one of the big responsibilities of a siege operator is that you have to use those siege machines and shoot down the eyes of the skulls. Once both eyes are destroyed, then you can just leave the skull alone and concentrate on something else. So as you can see, the melee is doing a pretty good job. Technically, from our strategy, the melee should be a little closer, basically right at the steps. They should be fighting at the steps and not getting so close, but you know, not everyone's a team player, and people are going for contribution, and they want to get more DPS. So you'll see people are getting pretty close to the corruption there. Oh, and see there, and there's an enemy siege machine. So everyone is targeting that as fast as possible. Any successful siege or invasion, you're gonna be able to melt those enemy siege machines as quick as possible.
Yeah, we're fine.
Every time I've lost, typically those machines have been left alone. Maybe there's not enough people operating the machines. Maybe the machines or our friendly ones are not strong enough, or it's just people are concentrating on other things or the wrong things. So my focus right now is once again bombers. I'm aiming at the snipers from far away because I got the range thanks to the musket, and obviously the siege machines.
Okay.
I won't. Let's see, what am I doing right here? Oh, I ran out of bullets. So I probably shouldn't have bought so many ammunition kits. And as you can hear, that's the coordination. That's why one of the most important things is to be in Discord, because
Or should be on C.
we're not here to bully you to say, hey, you know, you have to be in Discord. We want you in Discord so that we can coordinate with you, so you can hear what's happening. You can hear what's happening at the other gates. You can hear what's important on your gate, and you can hear stuff like, oh, you have X amount of time to go and buy stuff, because not everyone knows when the waves are done, and our leaders have figured out how long or when is the start of each wave, so that you have enough time to go buy, say, more ammo or repair kits or what have you. So there's an issue with the musket, or maybe any weapon that can zoom, is that it takes away the audio when I zoom in. So you didn't go deaf. It's just it's just an audio bug. So I was just checking the front, just showing you the different players that I typically play with. And start of the next wave. So I believe it's wave 4. Can't really see it very well. And things are going to start getting crazier. But I feel like it's crazy on the front gates and a little bit less crazy on the back. But it still gets crazy for every gate in the last 2 waves. So we're going to get there soon. So there's some more crawlers. I'm trying to pay attention to the corner of my eye instead of like tunnel visioning to make sure that if any bombers spawn, I switch from, say, those crawlers back to the bombers instead.
There. 2 to A.
And you can hear, you just heard that 2 to A.
Bring
So
the bear in,
we have
go
two
to
groups,
2 and 2.
groups 2 and 4, and those are rotating groups. They will rotate in the front to any of the gates, A, B, or C, in the front. They'll be rotating to help burn down any big threats. Oh, and there's some bombers. Almost got that guy. There we go. As you can see, the ice gauntlet, although ice is weak against corrupted, that ice wall is great because it stops, say, bombers from getting to us. It doesn't happen too often, but sometimes bombers will spawn in the closer zone. So that's why I'm not always zoomed in closely. That's why I'm not always shooting immediately. I'm checking to see whether it spawns in the first
Priest B.
area, I guess, in the red area, or in the one next to
B.
it. Yeah, there we go. They're all right there. Oh, this one has a lot of bombers. I'm missing and panicking. Yeah, I missed. So I'm hoping that they got those remaining
Make sure you're
bombers
never
and
shooting priest with siege
and
rifle.
focus on the what's it called? The enemy siege. Yeah, see, our melee is getting a little bit carried away, and they're fighting in the corruption, which is not good. One of the rules we have is to punish people that are fighting where they're not supposed to fight. If you die in the corruption area, like, typically we won't come to heal you. And we tell you should be fighting at the bottom of the stairs or right at the stairs, but once again, people do what they want to
Last
do.
spawn
People
coming
want
up.
to have high contribution, kind of like EP.
Stay.
And part of good communication is that you notice that we don't have a lot of people talking this time. We're trying hard because Everfall is the Pandemonium Guild. What's it called?
1845.
Zone, or they control it. So we're all trying hard. We also say we've also assigned specific people to do call outs. So we actually have a push to talk Discord. So only specific people are allowed to talk. Because if you have too many people talking, then like near the end, people get really flustered, or they panic, and it's too much
He's
talking.
not a miner, he's a harvester.
Yeah, what's your mining score, bud?
2 seconds.
If it's not 200, you lose.
Brute B.
Mine's not 200.
Okay, there's some more bombers. Try to get them before they get to our melee guys.
Brute down B. Trap B.
Because just like me, how I'll get tunnel vision, the melee guys will get tunnel vision, as will the other person. So
4 to C.
when I have such a high vantage point, I should be paying attention and taking out the things that people are not really paying attention to. Okay. Technically, I should be looking up for the next wave. Yep, just like that. And there's a new siege. I should be targeting the siege, but I'm not. Oh, because there's bombers right there. See?
It's the back wall.
That's important. There we go. So now that that's done, I can use the
Yes, on the front side.
siege machine.
Yeah, we're doing really good on the back.
Okay. I'm going to reload it. There we go. Now I'm going to help take out some of the snipers.
I feel bad for the melee back here right now.
I'm melee, I feel good.
That's what I'm saying. I wish I was.
Commander C, comms.
4
Yeah.
C.
So you've seen the back gate. We're on wave 5-ish, I think. 4 or 5-ish, and we haven't had any big bosses spawn yet. But that's going to happen soon. There you go. Speak of the devil. There's a brute. So see, there's one grab well. and you're going to see in a moment another grab well. If you don't have that coordination, people are going to throw all their grab wells all at one time. So we actually have distinct orders. We determine that in the planning phase. So people like Extranos or Dr. Heathen, they'll be like, okay, so and so, you're grab well 1. So and so, you're doing the second one, and so you're doing number 3. Usually they try to get 2 to 3 at least grab well people, so that you can keep those bosses going very slow. Because as you can see, that brute did not even get close to the stairs.
4v.
So I'm trying to take care of any of the bombers. Okay.
2B.
Or not to be.
Wow.
Nerd.
Nerd.
Alright, last spawn just
Yo.
happened. Clear your wave.
Okay.
Go by phase.
So once again, that's communication from the leaders telling you that if you clear your wave, you can go, or like that was the last spawn, and you can go. If your wave is empty, you can go by.
Est-ce que je peux aller à la piscine?
When you're the
No,
melee,
I'm allergic.
you should
The
be
pools?
getting those fire traps that I just added. When those big bosses are attacking your gate,
I'm French
those
Canadian,
traps
so
do a
that's
ton of damage. So they recommend for you to just spam those traps. It's a little bit hard to spam. I don't feel like you can really do it. Like you gotta wait like a good 5, 6, 7 seconds to be able to place the
Most
next one.
Americans know.
Oh,
I'll
right
put
now.
the reverb in and
Start
everything.
singing it at 4 minutes left, please.
Quick,
Isn't-
hit the recording.
Isn't it Oh Canada? Or am I thinking of something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as you can see, people are saying comms because
Yeah, but if
You know,
Americans know the
we are doing very well, but you do want to keep the comms clear,
No, I'm allergic to
and
that.
you know we're trying hard. We're trying hard. We don't want Everfall to get anything downgraded.
Brick C.
Who's a brute on C?
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
Where? I don't see one. Now.
Once again, Melee's a little bit deep in the corruption.
Cannon A.
Group B.
So you can hear,
2B?
there's like with this type of communication, you know, okay, there's a cannon behind me, to my right, and there's a brute in the middle
It was
gate,
definitely
which is
funny
B
when I
gate.
said it.
Who are you?
Okay, and there's a cannon. Actually, see, I was waiting. Yeah, see, instead of
was a
attacking the
bomb
turret right away, I'm helping take out the bombers, which I feel like is more important than the cannon.
Now it's dead.
There we go. Now I can help.
Yeah, B can't
Yeah.
be graveled, so it does slower.
Group B.
Okay, let's reload.
4v.
Just snipers this one. Should be another boss spawning soon.
Sprig down.
The problem with the musket is I find myself that I'm almost never moving, and I'll get a inactivity message. So I actually have to like move a little bit forward and backwards once in a while. There we go. All the bombers are done. My job is done. Okay, let's see what spawned. Any bombers?
Too good.
No bombers spawned.
Chill, bro.
Oh god.
Can I mute
It's
it?
over. Get ready for the triple spring call again.
Yeah.
If we lose this one, we're kicking the biz from all future. Days.
People are very
Yes.
confident. I forget whether
What's
this
that?
was the night, but
Why do you?
oh, there's a mage. We had one night where
Sound like accused.
we beat, or there were 3 invasions. We won every single one of them.
There's a
So,
priest on there, by the way.
I remember even 2-3 weeks ago, we had done 15 invasions at that point,
Okay.
and we lost every single one. Like we were close, you know, within 1 to 2 minutes left, but
runs on it.
you know, it was a feel bad moment where like you try so hard and we couldn't find a strategy that worked.
Sprig's down.
And I don't really, and I think it honestly was just better coordination of our leaders,
11,
and
15 is next wave.
what's it called? Just people were given the roles that they excel at. You know, the melee DPS were doing the DPS. People like me, I got to do the ranged, or I got to know how to operate
I was
siege
doing
better,
fire
how to
stuff, too.
repair
If you
better.
put the fire stuff abilities on top of the
And
bubble, you can hit 'em as
you know,
well.
people know, okay, as like a mage,
If it's
even if
directly
a
above
boss
them, it hits
spawns,
for me.
even if a
Or if the
siege
priest
enemy
gets aggroed
siege
off the
spawns,
gate, you can
I don't
hit
have to concentrate
Yeah,
on that.
actually,
I
that's better.
have to concentrate on the bombers first.
Oh yeah, I'm on the
And
wall.
mages may not
Please
have
start.
known that before, and because of that, they would let the bombers go through, and bombers would mess everything up. Or and same with any of the great axe users. The great axe users didn't know that, hey, we should be using it one at a time in sequence to slow down the bosses, and the bosses would be getting to the gate faster that way.
Rupee.
Okay, so we got about 10 minutes left.
We are short a Father Torque.
Grab C.
Sounds like
Nice.
Father Torque might have
Forward
disconnected. I found
Cow ins.
in the past week the game is like freezing for me. So in one of the invasions, I think one of the ones we lost, I think I had lost connection. Or sorry, I froze mid invasion, so I had to actually Alt F4
Shoot,
it,
take a heal right now.
and then what's it called?
Bombers
I had
are-
to Alt F4 and then get
Bombers
back
are
into the invasion, or reopen the game.
Just sounded a little happy.
Watch out for that bomber.
What, you didn't healer do this much damage?
And see, that's why you want to be in Discord, because you may have heard one of the guys say, watch out for that bomber.
Tread that.
So if, like, say I can't get, or the ranged people can't get all those bombers and they're getting too close to the melee, you have to call it out. Say, hey, incoming bomber, so that the people doing melee
25 seconds till
stops
first goal.
their tunnel
Commander A,
vision and
Commander
be
A,
like,
watch
oh
out.
shit, there's a bomber right behind me. Let me dodge
Focus
properly.
Commander until skull.
Get straighter up.
4 to B. Focus the ads until his call.
Oh, so someone should be
Bombers
calling.
A, bombers A.
Some people should also be calling the cow, which I think
Full
people
spawning
were
right
just.
now.
Sprig rear,
Right,
sprig
right.
rear.
So there's a Spriggan,
Left
and,
eye, right
and
eye.
if you look to the left, one at a time, there will be a great axe gravity well. But I'm concentrating on the what's it called, on the snipers. I don't know whether if there's a Spriggan versus snipers, what my concentration is, but there are a ton of them out there. So, and I prefer to shoot the snipers because if more bombers spawn, I won't be tunnel visioning on
Two to A, clear
the
commander.
what's it
Clear A,
called?
clear
See,
Forward is-
because look how many bombers just
Clear
spawned.
normal.
If I'm paying attention to Spriggan, I'm not looking out on the field. And see, as you can see, there's the ice wall stopping a lot of them, which is perfect. But they are getting close. Oh, yeah. Some people are going to die right there. Okay. We did it.
Is Bruce still MC?
It's down.
And as you can hear, it's
wait, just
it's,
clear
it's
your
not
eyes,
just
please.
enough to say, hey, Spriggan rear. It's
7:30.
you want to tell the rest of the team, hey, Spriggan down, so that people maybe don't come to support you. Bought some more fire traps. Don't really need it. I mean, spoiler. Oh, and as you can see in the very, very briefly, there was
It's
a
starting
skull
7:30.
over there in the middle of the field, but we don't have to worry about that. If they desperately needed help, then they would typically call that out. Okay, I think this is wave 7 of 8. Yeah. So we got a brute. There's one gravity well, and you're going to see another one in a second. There you go, 2. In any other game, you would see it like it all going at one time. The brute would already be past the stairs, but because he's slowed down so much, he's basically dead already. So I'm just looking out for bombers once
Full
again.
spawning B.
4, get on the skull.
And that sound, that roaring sound, that's the skull spawning behind me. Thankfully, the skull can't shoot me from where I am.
Cannon A.
Commander C.
Four
Full
C.
down. 2 to
Things are gonna start getting crazy soon. There's gonna be a siege engine over there to the left. There we go. But let's see if there's any
Brute A.
bombers that spawn, and there is. My musket is actually equipped with a onyx
Rear.
gem because I like doing an extra 25% damage to on the first hit, so it can basically kill those bomber guys in one shot.
B. 2 to A.
Thrust is also pretty good. What's it called? Thrust is pretty good against corruption enemies, anyways. Okay. Oh, I got shot right in the face with that.
Skull
Full on
A.
A.
And that's the great thing about the
Working on
musket.
skull.
If for whatever reason my turret gets shot at, I can what's it called? I can still shoot my
Fair
musket at
Pretty strict.
the enemy
Rear
siege.
first, guys.
So let's take a look. I don't see any bombers out there.
Trap C, Cow.
Bombers A, watch out.
Can I please get help
Brute
with ads?
C.
Holy crap.
Swap to Brood on C.
A lot of enemies coming. I think bombers should be above us. Nope. It was just another siege. I should actually be
root on
targeting
C.
the siege instead of these ads. Because they're not
Yeah.
doing... I don't think they're doing that much damage. Well, there's 2 siege machines now. And I don't see anyone shooting any of them.
Cow in C.
Need people getting these drones off on C.
Cow in C. Sprig C. Sprig C. Grab,
Okay,
get
so
ready.
there's a brute that spawned.
Sprig A as well, Sprig A as well.
Oh,
2A,
but
4C.
I saw bombers.
Rear.
4 focus.
Gotta be careful though.
Cow in C.
You have bear aggro, pull away from the spray gun, please.
Oh, and I died from the cannon fire.
Need that bomber call at B.
Range on B, watch for those bombs.
Okay, so we're back from that death.
3
2
seconds.
seconds.
It's untimely death, but thankfully I died
Skull 325
right
on
before
C.
the final wave
Go
started,
to
but
B and wait for it.
The commander is still at the
there could be bombers
New
spawning
commander
right
on
now.
C.
Actually,
Commander A.
we have someone on our back gate, but it's more important for me to check for bombers and to check
Skull
for
spawning
enemy
in 3
siege.
seconds.
So I'm going to reload that. Let's see, what do we have out there?
4 on the skull. C.
So we have some snipers there. Any bombers out there? Oh, yep. Bombers.
Bomber B.
There we go. Yeah, we got bombers. Gotta be careful.
Watch out, bombers.
Yeah, see, one person already died there. Oh. And see, there's a skull. I don't know whether I'm actually doing damage because I don't see any damage numbers, so
C.
I'm hoping that my friends can
Two to
take
A.
care of that.
Focus brute. C.
And once again, I'm getting hit by that, so I'll use my musket instead.
They're gonna melt, that's good.
Skull, 10 seconds.
And I just can't use
On A.
that. 2.5 minutes or so left. Let's see if I can take it out.
C skull. C skull.
See, right now, no one's...
A skull.
Four skull.
See, the other siege, rear siege, no one's using it. Either it's destroyed or no one's there.
A could use help. We have a commander and half a brute.
Brute's almost
C.
down.
Another
There's
brute.
another
It's
brute.
fine.
Another
It's
brute's
fine.
coming.
Focus skull.
Focus the Brood on C. Trap C.
That's the skull shooting, I think.
Need all range on that.
All ranged and siege on skull.
So that's one of the eyes being taken out. That's the left eye. We usually focus on the left eye first. So I'm helping them because that laser does do a lot of
Bombers A,
damage.
watch out.
There we go. So see, as you can see, there's 2 skulls out there. But once again, when you take out both eyes, then
4, get back.
then
to
that's
A.
all you need to do.
2
2
to A.
brutes on C.
2 Broods on C.
Bombers got to the door.
There we go. Bombers, yeah.
Can you use the oil on C, please?
So, let's see, I can't get there.
Another commander A.
Commander B.
He's getting overwhelmed.
Don't worry
with the
about.
white.
Don't worry about. No, no, no. Don't
No,
worry
we
about
have
it.
a
It's
brute
fine.
and
A
two
is completely fine.
commanders on
A is completely fine.
Skull B.
Cow back C.
Another brute spawn there,
Brute
and I
back,
can't
bomber's
like.
back.
Ignore this call. We ignore this call.
Yeah, I can't use that siege
Two
machine.
brutes on A.
Rear A.
So that ballista, that big ballista, enemy ballista, is shooting cows into the base. If you don't destroy the pustule that
The
spawns,
fire trap's
it'll
down
spawn
there.
like a an enemy, either a bomber or you know one of those
Bombers
crawler
B.
guys.
2, move to the ramparts. Try to cover A.
Bombers B.
So I'm just trying to take this out as fast as possible before anything else spawns. We got about 45 seconds left,
Cover A from the ramparts, guys.
so we're doing pretty good. If you look at the gates at the top of the screen,
It's not gonna go down.
the gates
We
are
have
basically
repairs on
fully
A.
healed.
Now.
Let's repair or let's reload one more time. I
We
bought
have
just
a
enough
spriggan
repair
turret
kits
on our rear
or
gate.
reload kits.
Might go
I'm
down,
down
but we
from
have
bomber.
time.
That back door is gonna go down
B
as well.
gate pull inside. You guys are just getting wiped.
Shot by a sniper.
Got it.
Couple more shots. And yeah, there you go. 10 seconds, and we did it. And then we're gonna take a look at the scoreboard to see how well I did.
I was trying
Good job, guys.
Victory, GG everyone.
Good work, back 8.
Alright, I'm going to bed.
Yeah, I think Everfall was the third invasion. This was the third one that we won for the night. So I came in, I think, 15th, which is not bad for doing siege and wall work.
Yeah, just saying for a gate that late, 2 commanders and 2 brutes.
Anyways,
especially
thanks for
A.
joining me today. I hope you enjoyed that. Once
Once
again, props to all the leaders, Extranos, Dr. Heath, and Jade for organizing and making sure, like we can't win without great organization, which is what we have, so which makes it fun and it makes us win. So thanks for joining me today. Check out the rest of my channel for other videos on New World, video games, board games, and other fun things. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Don't stop.
Alright, come on, keep singing.
C'est bon, c'est bon.
So
So majestic.
I'm not going to lie. I should.